This is an overview of the map I'm making Townscaper today. If you just want to see a summary of the different buildings, go to the storyline section at the end. But if you want to see the thought process behind each building, stick around for the whole video. So in this video, I'm going to be making kind of an Olympic campus in memory of the 2020 Olympics that should be happening right now, but unfortunately have been delayed to 2021. They're supposed to be in Tokyo, but I'm not trying to make Tokyo specifically. The Olympic campus is pretty well designed, and because the grid in this game is so unusual and it changes so often, it's really hard to get normal shapes. You know, you have to get these weird corners, weird walls and stuff, which is good if you want to make kind of an organic looking city, but not good if you want to make something that's super organized. So I built this stadium just to test out how kind of a stadium would look. And obviously it doesn't look ideal, like these still kind of look like roofs, but I'm imagining these are basically bleachers, so seats going around, maybe a big baseball field or something. So we can call this kind of like the main building of the whole Olympic facility. And then around it, I'm just going to make a couple more edits, and then hopefully I'll be done with this building for now. And then I can continue on to make like swimming pools, the housing stuff, hotels, all that stuff. Alright, so that's the main stadium. These are like I'm imagining kind of this is home base. These are the stands, and then these back here are kind of maybe box seats, or maybe where the announcers are, or something kind of separate from the rest of the fans. I added this white stripe, this white layer across the middle of the stands, just to add some variation in the coloration of the roof. And also I think it's cool how you can see it through the arches that I put surrounded on the outside. Now let's fill in the squares in the bottom. Now, I've got to be very careful not to cover up the grid, because that's what's going to guide the placement of my next buildings. I need a lot of these buildings to have some form of symmetry, mostly rectangular, like for soccer fields and swimming pools and stuff, because I really don't want a field that has a bunch of jagged corners in the edge. That's why I chose this triangle right here for a baseball diamond. Actually, baseball diamonds are four sides, aren't they? Well, there's two sides and then one kind of big arch. So kind of in between. So now let's do maybe like a swimming pool or something. So for the swimming pool, let's just assume it's going to have less fans. It's going to be a smaller building. Maybe there's only bleachers on the two sides. There's not the bleachers on the top. Okay, so maybe the bleachers are biased towards one side of the pool, maybe, because there's like a diving board or something here, so less people are just on the other side of the pool area. And then this can be the entrance to the whole thing. You know, we might as well add bleachers on that side too. There's no reason not to. wall kind of coming around here just to block people from walking in the sides of the two pool sides. They have to come in through the main door. So I'm realizing now I accidentally made these two stadiums the same color, which I kind of don't like because I think that there should be some kind of variation, you know? However, it is a huge pain to redo the inside of the stadiums. So what I might do is just change like some exterior features or some highlighting on each one. So I'll change this outside wall to like a blue color. And then next I can make like a soccer field or something. See, I wish there were more circular sports because then I could use all these circularly symmetrical components. Huh, wow, that actually looks really good. That's the first stadium that I've built where I didn't have to do all sorts of weird stuff with the edges. I mean, the edges do look weird. There are all these crazy corners, but it's kind of just a standard stadium shape. So I think I might keep this one simple. I might just add a wall to the side. And then the color of the walls, maybe that can be yellow, kind of a slightly different color. Ooh, and then what can I do? Should I make arches on it, or is that too kind of basic? Maybe I should keep it like this. So this can be kind of like a temporary stadium. So it's all, you know, reusable steel structures. Whereas this is a more permanent thing that uses concrete or stone or something with these big arches. Okay, let me add the ground tiles. And then right next to the soccer stadium, I think I want to build like a small boxing ring or something that's kind of like a smaller facility. I can go with the same color, but I probably shouldn't. I'm going to go to, let's go to this red. I gotta make that pavement somehow. Oh, good. Great. Great. And then, how many more stadiums should I build? Do we even have room for more? I could do kind of a double. So it could be boxing and then tennis or something right next door. Yeah, that makes sense. I would do some kind of track, like track and field, but one, I don't think there's room, and two, I kind of don't know what that would look like. I mean, it's hard enough to do a square, let alone a big oval. I don't think it would look very realistic. What else could I do? Maybe I can make some buildings that are just supposed to be like indoor events, basically. So, you know, fencing and wrestling and things like that. Maybe I should build like a riflery range or something. Something where there's not that many spectators, but there's just a lot of space needed. I can do that in one of these areas that I don't have that much stuff, so I can make a big courtyard on the outside of this wall. Great. So then, okay, so what's next? The stadiums are pretty much done, and then the Olympic Village will usually have, or I guess the Olympic campus will usually have like the Olympic Village where all the athletes live. So let's do that. How big should it be? Because I was thinking I could do it over here and it could be kind of small, or I could do it over here and it's a pretty main feature. I think that because visitors are going to be coming from this direction, I should make the Olympic Village along this edge over here. Okay. Oh, I meant to make a river somewhere, right? Shoot, I think that was supposed to be over here. I mean, I could still do it. I could still kind of have the edge of a river area. Now, what I'll do, I'll build the river over here, going right past the Olympic Village, and the Olympic Village can kind of be in this lower section. Okay. And then I can have 2 rows of spectators watching as the people cross the finish line. So the finish line can be like a white bridge, maybe. Perfect, and then great. So I think that's pretty much good for the racing area. Maybe there could be like towers along the paths to kind of watch the competitors as they go. Make sure they're not cheating and stuff. Okay, for cameras maybe. And then now we can do kind of the entrance and the Olympic Village. Okay. Or the entrance and the like shopping and stuff. And the Olympic Village. So the Olympic Village is usually, actually, I don't even know. I don't know what the Olympic Village is usually like. So I'm just going to make it a bunch of skyscrapers. Not super tall skyscrapers, but at least maybe a little bit taller than the athletic buildings. And then there can be some, maybe like a little channel between them, kind of separating. Oops. So that way normal people, like spectators, don't wander into the village. So that's the entrance. That's the entrance to where the athletes live, and that's kind of a checkpoint to make sure that they're not sneaking. No other people are sneaking in. So that's kind of the back courtyard, and then there's these 3 buildings surrounding it, and then there can be, so there can be kind of a series of courtyards along maybe this side road right here. So here we can make kind of like a fake arch or something, just so I can have a nice grassy courtyard. Maybe the athletes want to relax in the sun or something. Perfect, and then I'll build buildings. Or should I leave that open? No, I'll build skyscrapers on either side. Out in the front can be kind of like maybe a little medical center or something for the athletes. Like a little, they can get their muscles stretched or whatever. Perfect. Okay, so that's the athlete village. And then down here should be kind of where you would enter from the main city. So we can have over here maybe a train station or something, because a lot of the time the Olympic facilities are built kind of away from the city center, and they'll have like a subway line or something leading directly to them. So let's build this out of kind of the gross color that no one likes. Oh, you know what I can do? I can build a walkway that curves along here, and that can be where the train is supposed to be going. I mean, I guess I could do that. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll go like this. This should actually be a neutral color. Should be just dark brown, because it's supposed to be kind of infrastructural. And then the platform of this can be right over here, so you get off the train, then you go under the tracks. Like that, and then I can have a roof over this whole thing. This is kind of a complicated train station, but I really like it. Great. So you go down the stairs, and then what do? Is it even possible for me to make something else? Okay, we'll just pretend that you come down the stairs and then there's another staircase kind of hidden inside this building right here. I meant to make it a dark green color, not that neutral color. Whatever, that's okay, it looks kind of the same. Maybe you can build more. Like that, perfect. And then so you come out of the train station, and immediately there should be some kind of gate, like some place to buy tickets. So that can be red, or I don't want to confuse it with that. So maybe white, or yeah, white. So that would be a good wall right there. And then the ticket counter maybe can be up on like a little platform. And then the 2 ticket booths are on either side. So you can go up, get your ticket, and then walk right back down and enter the area. This should be a wall. Should it be a flat roof or a peaked roof on this wall here? I think it should be a flat roof. So maybe the ticket counter can be right up against this wall. Maybe they're going to be multiple right next to each other, like this. Perfect. Okay, so when you come out, then there should be some kind of... Actually, that's perfect right there. some kind of guide station to say kind of where everything is. Or those can be small, like kiosks. Yeah, those can be little kiosks. And so those will be a unique color. They can be that kind of gross color that I haven't really used much of yet. Right? Yeah, I haven't used much of that. So they'll just be that high, basically. And they'll be placed at kind of central-ish locations around the whole campus. Great. And then here, there should be a mall or something, so you gotta find a way to sell Olympic merch and things like that. And that can be orange. So this can kind of be maybe like a exhibition hall or something where you have just a big roof over this area, and maybe there can be stalls that are kind of like cities of the world or something, or cultures of the world. And then that can kind of extend back in this direction as well. And then right at the entrance there can be some kind of like just gigantic, super extravagant tourist attraction tower. You can go to the top and take pictures, and that's the big iconic symbol. I'm thinking of kind of London's, I don't know what it was called, but it looked like a big spirally, metally thing. I don't even know if it's still around, but you can kind of go to the top and take pictures from it. Well, I should at least make it look good. That just looks horrible. That looks like a big mess. There should be some kind of concept behind it. Maybe a big arch. A big purple arch. Maybe a triple arch. Yeah, that could look cool. Maybe I can make it double thick, because that's a little bit flimsy. And then it should also probably be the tallest thing around. It can't just be the same height as the stadium, because then what's the point of having a big monument? So that intermediate level, maybe that could be an observation deck. And then you can also go higher to get to the next level of the observation. Cool. Perfect. And then maybe some more stores to fill out this area over here. Some shops and stuff. Maybe like a sponsored building or something. Yeah, a long building like this. And then that can be... Great. That looks pretty good. Maybe another thing over here. Awesome. Maybe some wall too, much. That's really That's cool. So that can kind of be its own little marketplace type of thing. And then maybe another one of these buildings back here. And then I could have some kind of shady thing. Maybe just like, maybe an office. Some kind of office space. And yeah, that's what this can be. This can be just a big office block. Maybe it's where the newscasters have their offices, or maybe it's the Olympic Committee, or some group is organizing this. In the real world, this would be probably a lot larger than I'm making it, but I don't really have a whole lot of space left, so this is what it is. I gotta say, I would not want to be a tourist in this place. It would be so hard to get around with all these different buildings here. I mean, you could use this purple tower as a landmark, but still, I mean, a lot of the time you wouldn't be able to see it very well if you're, down here and the stadium is blocking your view. That would not be easy. Cool. So I think I'm finally finished, and it's time for the tour. So you get off at the train station right here. The train line is represented by this single wide strip hovering above the ground on these iron legs, and that is supposed to kind of connect to the main city, wherever that is, somewhere over here. So you get off the train on this platform right here. You come down the stairs there, another staircase inside that building, and then you come out underneath the tracks, right under there. It's hard to see, but there's some doors right there. And then, if you're an athlete, you can go to the right and you enter the Olympic Village area. Here's this blue gate where they check your ID or check if you're a real athlete or whatever. And then here is kind of a therapy center, a medical center, or whatever, where you can go see a doctor, see your coach, do whatever you have to do. And then there are 3 areas within the actual Olympic Village itself, 3 kind of courtyards. First courtyard is grassy. That's just a big field where everybody who is an athlete can relax away from all the spectators and just around with their athlete friends. And then the 2 other courtyards are here and here. Both of them are paved, and they're just surrounded by these skyscrapers, which are the dormitories for the athletes. The whole area is surrounded by this moat right here. So this kind of extends over here, over here, over here, over here, like this, just to prevent, normal spectators from entering the Olympic Village. It's just totally an athlete-only space. And then, if you are a spectator, you'll come in through here. So this is where you get your tickets. You go up the staircase, talk to whoever is at the ticket counter, buy whatever you have to buy, and then you walk in. And pretty much immediately, you've got this kiosk to your right. There's multiple of them around this whole area. Those will just kind of tell you where to go. Maybe there's maps there. Maybe there's a person at a desk where you can just get help from like an information desk or something. And then to the right of that, there is this gigantic landmark, kind of one of these typical Olympic landmarks built for no real reason, no real function apart from being a tourist attraction. So people can go up to the top of the building, look down on all the Olympic facilities, and maybe look out at the city as well in the distance. Then right in front of you there is these 3 kind of convention center type things where maybe you can learn about other countries, or there's little booths, or you can buy flags or whatever. Maybe it's a little mall, maybe food court, something like that. Each of them are kind of outside because I'm imagining it's a Summer Olympics, so it's pretty warm. So there's no walls, it's basically just a big roof and maybe some interior area, but mostly it's kind of just a covered market. Then to your right you have, after you go through that area, you have the main stadium. I think this is a baseball stadium just because of the shape of the field. Now I know baseball stadiums are kind of 4 sides, like the side on the first base, side on third base, and then 2 kind of sides in the outfield. But those 2 sides in the outfield kind of curve together, so I'm imagining it's just a big triangle where you have home base right here, outfield right here, and then this is like box seats and news people and spectators and stuff, and then these are the bleachers going all the way around. I mean, obviously there are roofs in Townscaper, but I'm kind of just imagining their seats. And it's perfect because when you put them like this, they actually take the shape of what stadium seating is, where there's no windows, and you just have kind of these steps going up and up and up. Then, let's see, where are we now? Then, if you kind of curve around there to the right, you'll get to this main indoor area. I think inside here, let's just say there's one or two mini arenas where you can have wrestling or you can have fencing or something, just one of the indoor events. And then right adjacent to it, I'm thinking it could be like a volleyball court or something like that. Then right next to that, you have this temporary soccer stadium. It's temporary, and I've kind of made it look like it's temporary by not having a big wall on the side. So you can see it angles out like this, and it's just supported by these cheap, or relatively cheap, like steel or iron supports. So the idea is that, kind of like in Rio, where a lot of the stadiums were made of removable materials, this would be able to be taken apart and taken somewhere else, or built into something else. Because after the Olympics, you're probably not going to need a soccer stadium this huge. Then, right adjacent to that, you have these three courtyards, which are three more arenas. This is one of the arenas that doesn't have grass in it. And the reason for that is that some sports don't need grass, like hardcourt tennis or basketball or all sorts of things. And so that could be one of those places. And then these two, this could be like a grass tennis court, maybe. And this could be something else, like an archery range or something like that. Something kind of small scale, where there's not that many spectators. Then, right next to all of those, you have this other market. I'm thinking maybe this could be a food court, or this could be where brands will sell Nike shoes or whatever. So you have all these different buildings at this kind of open air market. And then again, one of these information stalls. And then tucked behind here, I have a administration building, so even the Olympics needs to have office buildings. Realistically, this would be a lot larger in real life, just because the Olympics probably employs a ton of people. But I didn't have a whole lot of space, and this is kind of just something tucked away in the corner. This, I'm thinking, is kind of like a shooting range. It's really hard to get long, thin shapes that are straight on either side, just because the grid in this game is so irregular. But this is about as good as I can get, so I can imagine the shooters would kind of be in this side, shooting at a target all the way over here. And then over on this area, you've got the swimming pool, the Olympic swimming pool, another one of the big stadiums that is going to fit a lot of people, probably probably third actually. The first would be the baseball stadium, second capacity would be the soccer stadium, and then third capacity is the swimming area. So you just got a rectangular pool and kind of a big flat area around the pool, just for the coaches and the players to be walking around, and lifeguards to be, and whatever. And then you've got the stands kind of elevated above that whole area. I originally was going to have this be the entrance to the pool area, but because it got cut off by the map, now I guess this is the entrance, and maybe this is like where all the newscasters and stuff are looking out over the pool. Is there anything that I missed? Did I go through the whole thing? Oh, no, I didn't. The last thing is on the right. I've got the edge of a river. It's a little bit hard to see, but I'm imagining, if the map continues, that this would be a river going along this side for a crew or sailing, or actually maybe not sailing, but for events that need a river. And this would be a man-made river, so there's no flow to it. It ends, just totally terminates right here, so it's basically just a big pond. But the boats would come around this corner. These stalls would be filming them, maybe keep track of whether or not anyone's cheating or whatever, and then they would ultimately finish underneath this bridge right here, which is the finish line, and then the spectators are in the stands on either side, here and here. So that is my Olympic Village that I made in Townscaper. Thank you for watching this video. I don't know what exactly my schedule is going to be, but I'm just going to try to post as much as possible, or as much as I'm interested in. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great day.